Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we, people? Hope you're all doing well. Good morning to you, Rhonda. Hope you're doing well, Rhonda. Hope physical training goes well. PT goes well for you today, Rhonda, and that knee is doing well. Afternoon, Bad Daza. How are you, sir? You're back from shopping. You made it on time, Bad Daza. Well done. Dave, how are you, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well as well. What have we got here? Lady Di is here. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. I try and get this out the way, being nice to everyone before Bex comes in, because I hate to fake being nice to Bex, Where else is oh crap. Hello Bex, nice to see you, my darling. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good Merlin, everyone. How are you, my darling? That's everybody. There you go. Well, welcome everyone. We are obviously going to be watching a new trial today. They have started. We are about 30 odd minutes behind. But that's good because I'll play at 1.25. And then obviously, skip any breaks if we can do. So I've been here. There you go. Didn't tell you that you could go live. I know she didn't. She's not here, lazy. Some people say she's a lazy bitch. I wouldn't call her a bitch at all, just lazy. There you go. Good morning, Brenda. How are you, my darling? So obviously, same scenario. What's going to happen is we're going to watch the morning session here, and then once this closes, you'll be zoomed over to the Ohio one, Jason Mead one. We'll watch the morning one of that, which will probably be a couple of hours. Then once that finishes, we'll zoom straight back to the afternoon session of this Florida trial, player 1.25. At the end of that day, we'll zoom over to Ohio against Jason Mead again for the afternoon session. So, it's a lot. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be a lot today. Hey, I didn't call you a bitch. Other people in chat called you a bitch. I didn't. I just called you lazy. So, because you don't hear on time. Look, it's early in the morning for us. So everyone, don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear this morning, people. This is early for Sarah P. Is that so? How many streams are you going to need links for today? Look, see, she's bitchy this morning already. That's your fault, Leader, for getting her started. Fuck. Now I've got a fucking grumpy Sarah P on my hands. Oh, I blame you, Lady Di. They busted. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. Please hit the like and subscribe and notification bell on the way in. Thank you, Sarah P. There you go. She loves it. Right. Let's get into the trial, shall we? As I say, they have started, but we're a little bit behind. We're playing 1.25. Hello, KD. How are you? I thought you were in chat yesterday, but Daz was talking to you. I was like, where the fuck's... I can't see it. Thank you very much, KD. Good luck to you, my darling. Hope to see you soon. I'm going to be in and out all day. That's the way we like it, in and out. Just shake it all about. That's all, Rhonda. Everyone hit the like. Yes. How many people have hit the like, Lady Di, before we get going? We've not had 10. I'm not going to stream. We got 9 likes so far. Come on. Stop being lazy bitches and fucking like the stream. We got 9 likes. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right, I'm going to pin that, Sarah P. Up the top, and then read it out. If you'd like to support the channel, the best ways to do so is PayPal or buy me a coffee. Always preference is always buy me a coffee, but your presence is always welcome here. Nothing's required, but everything's always appreciated. Thank you for whoever pressed the 10th like. We will start the stream now because we've got 10 likes. Right, let's get it on. Strap it in or strap it on. So don't worry about it, Katie. It's fine. We know where your priorities lie. It's fine. Bad Dad has been crying about it, but it's all good, my darling. But someone's got to pay the bills. I'm not. Right, let's get it on.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, please be seated. Good morning. All right, let the record reflect the state's present defense counsel, the defendant are present. Good morning. All right, do we have the jurors back? Not yet. Okay. All right, you can be seated. Mike is down there picking them up. So once Chicago gets them all assembled, then he'll let us know again. Are there any other issues the court can address prior to bringing the jury in? No.
I will say I tried this thing today that Mexi told me about. If you remember, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, actually, what's it called? I'll put it on my phone. What is it? Diet care to rehydrate myself. It's freaking disgusting. I mean, it feels like I think most of you in the chat would enjoy it because it's like thick. It's like this. When I first took the first gulp, I was like, "Whoa, that's thick." So I'm not used to drinking thick things. Do you know what I mean? So I think, as I say, some of you in chat would love this. Not my favorite, I'll be honest with you. Not my favorite. I don't know how you girls do it, I'll be honest with you.
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
Hello, J-Mac. I know J-Mac would love this drink. This thick drink. And it's white as well. Hello, Montreal. It's good to see you, Montreal. I've not seen you for a while.
Jurors entering.
I do, J-Mac. That's why I think you'd love it. Not my cup of tea, though.
All right, please be seated. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Hope you all were able to get some rest last night. Thank you for being back here on time and ready to start. By show of hands, was anyone on the jury not able to follow the court's previous instructions about doing any research, looking up anything, or discussing anything about their service as a juror on the case? Seeing no hands, we're ready to proceed. Statement, call their next witness.
The state calls Emma Wright.
If you'll just approach right here, raise your right hand, the clerk will swear you in. There you go.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right, you may take a seat. And just sit kind of close up to the microphone, speak clearly and distinctly so that we can hear you. You may begin when you're ready.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
What is your full name?
Emma Grace Wright.
How do you spell your first name?
EMMA.
And how do you spell your last name?
WRIGHT.
And how old are you?
19.
What do you do for a living? Are you in school or are you doing something for a job?
I'm trying to go to college for mechanics.
That's great. And did you go to school here locally?
Mm-hmm.
What school? Is that a yes?
Yes.
What school did you go to? Have you gone to
North Nicholas High School. I went to a couple of different schools throughout the years.
And do you go generally by the name Emma or do you use a different name that you prefer?
I go by Valentine sometimes, Val for short.
Are you a little nervous to be here today? A little bit. And I'm asking a couple questions just to make sure you feel comfortable speaking into the mic, okay?
Is this okay?
You're doing great. Do you know a person named Kayla Rincon-Miller?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know her?
Friend of a friend.
And who is she a friend of that you know?
Luan, Deja.
And about Kayla, how long have you known her?
I only met her twice. I met her Christmas one day, and then, yeah.
The day that
she passed, yes.
Okay. Knowing that you only met her twice, would you say that you were close to her or more of an acquaintance?
We had a couple conversations. I would think that we were fairly close.
When was the last time that you saw Kayla?
The night that she passed.
Do you remember when that was?
March 2024, around St. Patty's Day.
Was that during spring break time?
Yes.
What were you doing that day?
Going to the movies.
And I'm gonna show defense counsel what's the mark of the case. May I push the witness, Your Honor?
Yeah.
I'm showing you an item that's in Marcus States Exhibit number 2 for identification. Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
That's Kayla.
It's a photograph of her?
Mm-hmm.
At this time, the state would need to enter into evidence States Exhibit number 2.
Any objection?
No objection.
Be admitted.
May I publish
You
it?
may.
Now, Ms. Wright, you said Kayla Rincon-Miller was a friend of your friend Luan, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the Kayla that we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
So on that day in March that we're here about, you said your plan was to go to the movies?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you come up with that plan and with whom?
I was on the phone with Deja throughout the day, and we were planning on going to the movies with Kayla and another friend of ours, but our other friend canceled.
Okay. And Deja, is that Luan Deja?
Yes.
So you were on the phone and making those plans. What movie theater were you going to go to?
Marquee Cinema or AMC?
And where did you end up landing?
Marquee Theater.
And is that in Cape Coral?
Yes, ma'am.
Just to be clear, that's Cape Coral, Florida, in Lee County, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you have an approximate time when you were going to meet up there?
No, ma'am.
All right. Were you going to go for like a matinee or an evening or a late night movie?
Evening to late night.
Was it a Sunday?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it normal for you to stay out late on a Sunday night?
No.
Okay. What was the reason for you being out late that night?
The movie ran late.
Okay. What movie were you going to see?
The Bob Marley One Love movie.
A fan of Bob Marley?
Hmm?
Are you a fan of Bob Marley?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were either contacted Luan Deja on the phone, or were you sending text messages?
Over the phone call.
Okay. And so how did you get to the movie theater?
Luan's older brother and his ex-girlfriend, I would assume.
They drove you there?
Yes.
So you went to Luan's house first, is that
Yes.
right? All right. And what did you do at Luan's house?
We did our makeup together and got dressed together and just got ready.
And other than the movie, did you guys have any other plans for that night?
No, ma'am.
And did you have a plan of how you were going to get home from the movie theater?
At the moment, no.
Okay. And it was late night, so you already had dinner?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Were you going to eat while you were out?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're going to go to the movies, get dinner, and then find a way back home?
Yes, ma'am.
So Luan's older brother dropped you off at Marquee?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
We checked in and sat in the movie theater and waited for Kayla to show up.
And Kayla arrived a short time later?
Yes.
Did you guys watch the whole movie?
Yes.
And what did you do after the movie?
We went to the back of the movie theater and smoked
What did you smoke?
marijuana.
And was that like a marijuana cigarette, or was it like a different form?
It was out of a bowl pipe and a cartridge.
Cartridge, like a vape pen kind of?
Yeah.
So after you did that end your night, or did you guys do something else?
We planned on getting food after.
And how did you go about making the decision of where to go?
We started walking down the street looking at what restaurants are down Del Prado.
Were you all looking at like sit-down restaurants or something else?
Both?
Okay. Did you have a lot of money with you?
No.
Did Luan have a lot of money with her?
No.
And what about Kayla?
No.
So were you kind of limited on the options of where you?
Yes.
Okay. What places did you consider?
Chipotle, Waffle House, and McDonald's.
Did you end up going to Chipotle?
No, ma'am.
Where was the other place? Waffle House?
No, ma'am.
And why didn't you go to Waffle House?
Too expensive.
So between the three of you, you didn't have enough money to go to Waffle House?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So where did you end up landing on where to eat?
McDonald's.
Was that in the same location as the movie theater or someplace else?
I'd say it was down the street.
How did you get there?
We walked.
And what road did you take to get there?
I don't know the exact road, but I know it's a back road off of Del Prado.
Okay, so not Del Prado, but a road that runs in the same direction as?
Yes.
Okay. Was that road, were there a lot of cars on the road and other people walking?
At the time that we were walking, no.
Okay, so it was just you all basically.
Basically.
And would you say it's like well lit? Are there streetlights, or do you recall?
Not a lot of streetlights, no.
Pretty dark?
Yeah.
Now, did you have phones with you?
I know Luan had a phone, and I know Kayla had a phone. I had an iPhone on me, but it was from Germany, so it was on Germany and on military time.
Okay. And were you like using your flashlights to try and light the path, or you could see enough to get down the road?
We could see enough to get down the road.
And as you were walking in the direction of McDonald's, what were you guys doing?
We were just talking, dancing. We had taken Kayla's phone and started taking photos of her, telling her to make the sidewalk her red carpet, basically.
Just kind of having fun.
Yeah, just being girls.
On that walk, did something happen that either drew your attention or put you on alert? Excuse me.
Some kids drove past us in an SUV and they were staring at us.
I want to talk about that because was it just something that they drove past quickly, or was it a slow roll, or was it fast?
It was a slow roll by.
Okay. Were you able to look into the vehicle?
I was able to make eye contact with the driver.
Okay. And what can you describe for the jury what the driver looked like?
Blonde bowl cut with a gray collared Nike sweater and sweatpants, I'd assume.
Okay. You'd assume, but you couldn't see into the car, is that right?
I couldn't see his legs, no ma'am.
Was it, you said blonde bowl cut, was the person white, black, Hispanic, or something else?
White with blue eyes, I think.
Did you see anybody else in the car?
At the moment that he was driving past me, no.
And at the moment that you saw them, was the car coming in your direction or coming from behind you?
From behind us.
Okay, so the first that they drove past you, and did the car stop at that time?
No ma'am.
Okay. Was that the last time you saw that car?
No ma'am.
Okay, when was the next time that you saw the car?
After it had made a whole U-turn in the neighborhood and came back down the other road, the next road down.
And was it coming at you head on at that point?
At that point, yes.
Okay. And what happened when it came head on at you?
It They flashed their high beams at us, and next thing I know, there are people hopping out of the car and attacking us.
Okay. Have you gotten, and I'll get to that part, but at the time that the car stopped and the people had hopped out, would you say that you were closer to the Coralwood Mall where the movie theater was, closer to where the McDonald's was, or somewhere in the middle?
I'd say we're in the middle.
Okay. And it was just the one car, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did everyone in the car that you could see come out of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to look at the individuals who came out of the car?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Why not?
Too many things were going on all at the same time.
Were you frightened?
Yes.
What did you think was going on at that point?
I thought it was a prank, a joke that maybe one of Kayla's or Luan's friends were pulling on us.
Now, when the car had gone past, on that slow roll past you,
Mhm.
what were your thoughts about what they were doing at that point?
We were just thinking that they were weird. We kind of made fun of them while they were driving past us, just saying, like, what are you doing?
Did you think they were trying to frighten you, or were they trying to like hit on you or something else?
Who knows?
There's speculation.
Sustained.
My question was, did you think, if she thinks that, can she?
Sustained.
So at the time the car turned their high beams on and was facing you and the people came out,
Mhm.
Can you describe the people that came out of the car?
No.
And then what about, where were you positioned in relationship to the car when it stopped?
I was almost hit by it.
Okay. And were Kayla and Luan standing with you in a line across, in line front to back, or something else?
Kayla was standing next to the stop sign, and Deja was about 5 feet behind me.
So you were kind of in a line, Kayla, you, Luan.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. So did the people in the car that got out just get out of the car and stay by the car?
No, ma'am.
What happened next?
They ran at us and attacked us.
And by they, was there someone that ran at you and attacked you?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe for the jury what that person looked like?
African male, young, about the same height as me, and he was wearing a black t-shirt tied around his face with red shirt and jorts.
And did he have anything in his hands?
A gun,
And what was he doing with the gun?
threatening me with it.
Was he using words to threaten you or just motions with the gun?
Both.
Okay. What words was he using?
He was telling me that he was going to shoot me, and to give me everything I own, basically, give me all my shit.
And is that the words that he used?
Yes.
Give me all your shit?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did he physically touch you?
There was a couple little touches, yes. He grabbed my shoulders and my arms and tried grabbing at my bag.
And you talk about grabbing at your bag. What kind of bag did you have on?
I had a side bag.
And can you describe for the jury what it looked like?
It's been so long since I've seen it. No, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, and I'm going to ask you some questions to see if we can at least get an idea of what the size of it was.
Yes.
Was it something you could carry tucked under your
No,
arm?
ma'am.
How did you carry the bag?
It wrapped around my shoulder and down. The bag sat right on my hip.
So kind of like a crossbody.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you say it was pretty short, or was it kind of a deep style bag?
Deep style.
Okay. I'm showing defense counsel what's been marked as cases of it on the jury. May I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm sorry, I'm listening what's marked for identification in front of you as the marked identification states number 3. I'm putting it in front of you. Can you tell me whether you recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you recognize it?
That's my bag.
It's a photograph of your bag?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say it's not a really great photo of your bag?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it kind of crunched up?
Yes, ma'am.
But is that the bag that we're talking about that you were wearing on the night of March 17th?
Yes, ma'am.
And that picture fairly accurately depicts that bag?
Yes.
At this time, the state would move to enter into evidence states exhibit 3.
Any objection?
Objection.
You admitted?
May I publish?
You may.
So at the top of this photograph, we're seeing a hand holding the bag. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not your hand, is it?
No, ma'am.
All right. And then it's kind of crunched up. Would you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
But the strap is sort of a longer strap, and that's what you would have had.
Yes, ma'am.
And so the person that was attacking you was grabbing at the bag in what area of the bag?
Cut my chest area.
Kind of at your chest. Okay. And were you able to push that person away or get away from them?
I didn't fight back.
And was it your understanding that they were trying to get your bag?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you believe they were trying to hurt you?
I would assume.
And did anyone go in the direction of Luan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many people?
I recall 3.
Okay. And can you describe them for the jury?
2 African male and 1 white.
Can I have just a moment? And so were you close by, or were you focused on who was attacking you?
I was focused on the person in front of me, ma'am.
And Luan would have been behind you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the people come out of the car. The person who comes in your direction, do you know what part of the car they got out of?
Passenger side.
Okay. And then other individuals went past you to go to Luan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you look behind you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So it was in your periphery, essentially, with these other people that you believe you saw go past you.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, did the people that went in the direction of Luan, do you know what part of the car they got out of?
I think the back door, the back seats.
Back seats.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're looking forward, dealing with the person attacking you. Were you able to see Kayla?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did any of the people or occupants from the car go to Kayla?
The driver.
The driver?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the same person that you described as being a white male with blue eyes and a bowl cut?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that individual look like any of the other people that you saw that night?
No, ma'am.
Did they have a distinctive appearance?
They were.
Did they look like different from all of the other people that you saw?
Yeah.
So what happened after the individual attacking you was trying to get your bag? Did anything happen after that?
I heard 3 shots go off.
Did you hear those shots coming from in front of you, behind you, or someplace else?
I don't know.
Is it fair to say it was a pretty hectic
Yes, ma'am.
situation? Okay. After you heard these shots go off, then what happened?
I fell to the ground and just tried to protect my body and myself.
Did you think that you had been shot?
Yes, ma'am.
And did the person who was attacking you say anything at or around the time that those shots were fired?
I couldn't hear if they did.
Did they sound like they were communicating with another person, or you just couldn't hear what they said?
I just couldn't hear what they said.
Did the people stay on the scene after the gunshots went off?
No, ma'am.
What happened next?
They fled.
Did everyone get back into the car from the seats that they had gotten out of?
From what I saw, yes, ma'am.
The driver got back in the driver's seat?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than the driver of the vehicle, did you see anyone with Kayla during this event?
No, ma'am.
Was he the only person from the car that was with Kayla?
From what I saw, yes.
And so he got back in the driver's seat. The person who was attacking you, did he seem shocked that this gunfire had happened?
Objection to speculation.
I'm asking her to describe.
Overruled it. You can answer that.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say anything in shock?
He was basically asking, why'd you shoot?
Sustain.
Your Honor, the state would contend it's not hearsay, it's an excited utterance.
All right, approach.
This seems like a bizarre. There's a lot of bizarre things in this one. Obviously, blonde driver. I'm a little bit like, it's all going to come together, obviously, but I'm a little bit lost with it at the minute. Because apparently this guy was the driver. Was he blonde at the time? Or, did I miss anything? Just remember, he was 16 at the time. He's 18, I believe, now. I don't know. I just know there was either 4 or 5 guys there, apparently. I think it was 4. Yeah, because she said the black guy had the gun, but the blonde guy attacked. Yes. So his co-defendant, who took a plea deal, was the one that shot, I believe.
Ms. Wright, between the time that you heard the shots and the occupants of the vehicle got back to their car, can you estimate for the jury how long that time frame was?
No, ma'am.
Was it 20 minutes?
No, ma'am.
Was it 10 minutes?
Maybe the span of 5 minutes.
It took them 5 minutes to leave where you are to get back to the car, or was it seconds?
Seconds.
So in that short amount of time, did the person who was attacking you say anything to the driver of the car?
Yes.
Overruled at this point.
You can answer the question. Did he say anything to the driver?
He was asking, why'd you shoot?
Did all of the people who had come out of the car get back into the car?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened once they got back into the car?
They drove off.
Did they do that slow roll again?
No, ma'am.
Did they drive at a high rate of speed?
They drove at a high rate of speed.
At that point, who was left there at the scene where this occurred?
Just me, Deja, and Kayla.
You said you dropped to the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you kind of check yourself over to see if you'd been shot?
Yes, ma'am.
What about Luan?
I
Did you check
think
in with her?
I made sure she was okay.
And did you check in with Kayla?
Yes.
Was she okay?
No, she was not.
Can you describe for the jury what you saw when you got up to where Kayla was?
She was on the ground bleeding.
What did you do at that point?
We immediately called 911.
And we say we, who called 911?
Luan.
And what did you do while she was calling 911?
I took the phone from her so I could tell the 911 operator where we were at the time.
Was Luan pretty upset?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Kayla awake?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she pretty upset?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Luan having a hard time describing what was going on to the 911 call taker?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you took the phone from Luan, what did Luan do?
She took care of Kayla.
You guys are in high school, right? It's a limited first aid experience.
Yes, ma'am.
But you all tried to stop the bleeding?
I think Luan tried to.
Did someone from EMS or the police department arrive there with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it take a little while for them to get there?
I'd say it took about 10 minutes.
So did EMS arrive or did the officer arrive?
Officer.
What did he do on his arrival?
He bandaged Kayla up and tried to take care of her, locating exit wounds, all of that.
Would you say that this was a pretty frightening experience that you went through?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there, initially you said you couldn't see all of the people because there was a lot going on. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel that, excuse me, I'd strike that. Once law enforcement arrived, did you try to provide information about what occurred
Yes, ma'am.
as soon as they got there?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you questioned multiple times by the officers on scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you provide additional information as it came to you?
Yes.
Yes. Did your mom arrive on scene?
Yes.
Okay. Did Luan's family arrive on scene?
Yes.
And what about Kayla's family?
Yes.
And ultimately, did Kayla's family go to the hospital once she was taken to the hospital by ambulance?
They had to go straight to the hospital because Kayla had already been taken by the EMS.
All right. May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
I don't have any further questions for witness.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Hello. Mhm.
You described at least 3 people getting in.
Yes, ma'am.
So 3
Yes,
people.
sir. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I've been called worse. So one person ran up to you, right?
Yes, sir.
One person ran up to Kayla.
Yes, sir.
One person ran up to Luan.
Yes, sir.
And there was also the driver, is that correct?
No. The driver was a group of the 3.
Do you remember giving an interview to Detective Reyes?
Yes.
Do you remember telling them that there were 4 people?
Yes.
Is it fair to say that you gave that interview to Detective Reyes much closer in time to the event? than
Yes.
what happened? Do you remember telling Detective Reyes that you saw the driver run in front of you to where the person who was holding up Kayla was?
I'm sorry. You get by the microphone. I can hear you.
Do you recall?
Objection is improper engagement.
I didn't.
The
Let
question
me hear the
asked-
question first.
Do you recall telling Detective Reyes that you saw the driver run in front of you to where the person was already with Kayla?
Who's? No.
No?
No.
But looking at your interview, refresh your recollection.
Yes.
Just may I rephrase the question?
Yes.
You saw the driver run in front of the car and go straight to Kayla, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know if that was because he saw the driver saw Kayla fighting with the other dude, your words, or if it was because he knew Kayla.
Yes, sir.
Is that fair?
Yes.
So there was somebody else there with Kayla.
I think so.
You told the stand on direct that you don't really remember any of the descriptions of the people that were there.
I only remember 2,
Which ones did you remember again?
Thomas and Christopher.
So you have the white kid, blue eyes,
Yes.
and then you have is it the person that was holding you up, you think?
Yes.
You described him as being in shock, but he had something wrapped around his head. Is that true?
Yes.
What about the other assailants? Were they also wearing masks?
Yes.
Do you recall one of them wearing a red shirt with puffy red?
Yes.
And he had short rows, like cornrows, or short tight dreads
That stood straight up, yeah.
that stood straight up. Like
Yes.
it was head in a ponytail or something?
No, like it was the top of a pineapple.
The top of a pineapple.
Yeah, it stood straight up.
And do you remember the other person, the other assailant, being a dark-skinned black male,
Yes.
all woman?
Yes.
Was he also wearing a mask?
Yes.
So Chris, the guy that was holding you up in the red hoodie,
Yes.
was wearing something covering his face.
He was wearing a t-shirt tied around his face.
And the other two gentlemen were wearing masks of some
Yes.
sort. And Thomas wore none.
Yes.
When the car first passed by you, you saw Thomas kind of with his arm on the windowsill,
Yes,
and he
sir.
was slowing down and looking fast. Is that right?
Yes.
And you don't know if it was because he was checking you out or if he wanted to holler at you or what.
I would assume to holler or to just be avoid.
But you saw that the car was full of people, right?
From what it looked like on the outside, yes.
Were the back windows tinted?
Yes.
Could you see into the back windows?
Not necessarily, no.
You saw shapes?
Yes.
You testified on direct. Sorry, Judge.
That's okay. I just,
Old habit.
I understand.
I'm sorry. You testified on direct that the guy holding you up makes this statement to the driver. Why'd you shoot? Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But isn't it true you don't know who shot Kayla?
At the moment, I didn't.
So that night you don't know who pulled the trigger. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
You heard 3 shots go off?
Yes, sir.
Your ears are ringing?
Yes, sir.
There's commotion going about?
Yes, sir.
Everyone's yelling at each other?
Yes, sir.
But you can't make out any of the words.
When they were running back to the car, no.
So if you didn't know that night, and you didn't know during the course of your interview, and you gave me a deposition also, how are you now able to say that Thomas Stein or the driver was the shooter? Does that make sense?
Due to previous interviews and taking time on understanding the situation, what happened, I was able to recall my thoughts and make a decision.
So when the driver, do it again, Judge. When the driver ran up to Kayla and the person that was assailing her, you don't know who pulled the trigger then.
No. No, sir.
But everyone that came out of that car, the 3 men that got out of the car, each one of them had a firearm, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see a firearm in Thomas's hand?
Yes, sir.
What did it look like?
I just saw a firearm. I can't tell you the details.
Right, but you were focused on the firearm that was being held to your face.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You described it as a cowboy gun.
Yes, sir.
Does it have a hammer in the back?
From what it looked like, yes.
So you would have to cock it.
Yes.
And it had a wheel like a cylinder?
Yes.
Do you know if the person that that was holding you up and fired his gun?
No, sir.
You don't know.
He didn't. No, he didn't shoot his gun.
How far were you from him?
I was right in front of him, directly in front of him, about 2 feet away from him.
Okay, you were watching him the entire time?
Yes, sir.
But there were 3 men behind you, right? 2 with Kayla, 1 with Luan.
Kayla was in front of me, sir.
Sorry, Kayla was in front of you.
Yes.
Luan was behind you?
Yes.
Isn't it true that you saw the driver go around the front of the car, Kayla, and start fighting with both of them?
Objection, sir.
Ooh. I'm sorry, you finish your question?
Did you see the driver come out in front of the car and start tussling with the 2 of them?
I saw the driver go straight for Kayla, not for the person that was already brawling with Kayla.
Have you ever given a different answer?
I think so during my first 2 interviews, but after that, I started getting my memory straight and I started getting my thoughts correct.
And then you also gave me a deposition, right?
Yes.
And Ms. Miller was there?
Yes.
And Ms. Wolf was there?
Yes.
We had a court reporter there?
Yes.
You were sworn to tell the truth?
Yes.
You recall telling me that he fought the 2 of them? That there was a tussle?
I don't recall, no.
The guy that's in front of you,
Objection, this is a confirmation.
Sustained?
I haven't finished my question, Judge.
Approach.
This is what I don't. Oh shit, that is loud. How can you say impeach, like object to something when there's not even a question? I just don't like when attorneys jump. I just don't like that. It's like let him out. I understand if there's a sneaky question they think's going to come up, but still, he didn't even say a word. He said gun, and that was it. Morning, hot mama. I agree.
Did the person in front of you ever strike you with his gun?
Yes.
Just have one.
You may. Do you need any water or anything like that? You want water?
Can I use this?
Yes, that's what it is. Is there water in there?
Josie, this is Cross, so this is the first witness. She was one of the people with the victim that evening. There's only one hot mama, that's Josie. You were just sugar daddy, Marky. Hello, beautiful Tracy. Nice to see you, my darling. Hope you're doing well. And if you need some yoga, go and see Tracy. Tracy is just like hippie chick. Oh shit, sorry, let me go back. All right, hang on, here we go.
Isn't it true that when you were being assaulted by the what was holding you up, you went down to your knees?
Yes. Yes,
You
sir.
had scratches and bruises on your elbows and knees?
Yes, sir.
And you lost sight of what was happening in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true you don't know who pulled the trigger?
At the moment, no.
At the moment.
At that time, no, I didn't.
So you're changing your testimony from before at least 3 times to something different today. Is that true?
You asked me this question already. I'm confused.
Which I've asked the court to directly answer the question.
And if she says she's confused, you can ask the question again, or you can rephrase.
You've given 3 different accounts where you said you didn't know who the shooter was, and today you're changing your testimony. Is that correct?
I'm saying the facts, yes.
Judge, I would ask you to answer the question. Yes or no. Are you changing your testimony?
Well, I think she answered your question.
So you're changing your testimony.
I said yes.
Before coming up today to testify, did you speak with anyone about your testimony?
No, sir.
You didn't talk to anyone from the state?
No, sir.
You didn't review your statements?
I reviewed them at home. I had my testament at home.
I just want to clarify something. You said that the driver ran around the car. He started fighting with the 2 of them.
He started fighting with Kayla, yes.
No, with the 2 of them.
Started fighting with Kayla.
Was he fighting with anybody else?
No, he was fighting with Kayla.
Have you ever answered that question differently?
At the night that it happened, yes.
Okay. Do you recall getting a deposition with me?
Yes.
Do you remember answering me in that deposition that he was fighting with the 2 of them?
Yes.
I think we're interesting.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Wright, I have a couple follow-up questions for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Wheeler asked you if you knew who the shooter was. Did you understand did you find his question confusing based on what's been asked of you?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know at the time the name of the shooter?
No, ma'am.
Is that what you thought Mr. Wheeler was asking you here today?
Yes.
Okay. The person who shot Kayla, was that someone who was familiar to you?
No, ma'am.
Was it someone known to you?
No, ma'am.
You didn't know that person's name?
No, ma'am.
Did you know of the occupants who got out of the vehicle, which of them shot Kayla?
Yes, ma'am.
Which of the people that was in the car shot Kayla?
The driver, ma'am.
And the driver is the one that you described as being blonde, white male, blue eyes with a bowl cut. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was he the only individual that got out of that car with those features?
Yes, ma'am.
At the time Kayla was shot, Mr. Wheeler's asked you about whether there was somebody else in or around at the area where Kayla was. Was the driver of the car the only person near Kayla, or was there another person near Kayla?
From what I remember, there was only the driver.
And is the person, Kayla was the only person who was shot?
Yes, ma'am.
You weren't shot?
No, ma'am.
Luan wasn't shot?
No, ma'am.
You're very specific that the person holding the cowboy style gun near you did not fire his gun, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Wheeler pointed out that you've given a couple different statements, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And in fact, you did come in and speak with me before the trial where I gave you a copy of your deposition transcript.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you said you brought home with you to review on your own?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay that you talk to me about your testimony. I want to make sure that you understand that we clear up that you did talk with the attorneys about what testimony you give.
Yes, ma'am.
Did any of what you said here today change because of the conversation that we had?
No, ma'am.
Are you testifying because you remember what you said?
It's the same.
Have you changed your answers based on our testimony, based on our conversation?
No, ma'am.
And do you, let me rephrase that. Did you find the questions asked of you during the deposition to be confusing?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the questions asked of you by the law enforcement officers during their interviews?
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me if I was confused about the questions he was asking me.
Well, I asked about those. Were those confusing questions?
Some of them, yes.
Are you testifying to the best of your ability here today?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any further questions.
You may. Yeah.
So if I were to ask you, at some point, you see Thomas run past you to Kayla, there's nothing confusing about that. question, right?
Yes.
And if you were to answer, he runs over to Kayla and the person that she's fighting with, there doesn't seem to be any confusion, right?
Yes.
So when I asked you if you spoke with the state regarding your testimony,
Yes.
you said no, that wasn't accurate. True?
True.
Ms. Wolf has said, we spoke. Oh no, we spoke about your testimony.
Yes, because we did. I just didn't understand what you were asking me.
Is there anybody else that you spoke with besides Ms. Wolf?
No, sir.
Have you ever said, I don't know who pulled the trigger, I can definitely confirm that?
Objection outside the scope.
Who ruled?
No, I don't recall saying that.
Wonder if Judge may approach your deposition.
Yeah.
We're looking at your deposition to refresh your recollection.
Yes.
Refer to page 41, line 13. Just do me a favor, start reading line 15.
Just yourself.
Cheers up. You done reading?
Yes, sir.
So do you recall saying, I don't know who pulled the trigger,
Objection, improper impeachment.
No, he can, it's that he can ask the question.
I can definitely confirm that. You recall saying that?
Yes.
Nothing further, just saying.
Okay. Anything else? All right, you can step down. And she can be released. Any objection? Very well, she's released. Same color next witness.
I mean, I feel for her, obviously, because what she went through was traumatic, but like the testimony we just heard is like, how can he give three versions that align and then come and testify and have a totally different recollection? I mean, I just don't quite understand it. I mean,
Next. And just make sure you stay close to the microphone and speak up loudly and clearly and distinctly so we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you please introduce yourself to the jurors?
My name is Luan, Deja, and I'm 18 years old.
Luan, could you spell your first and last name for the record?
Louanndejaie.
You said you're 18. When is your birthday?
December 17th, 2007.
Do you go to school currently?
Yes,
Where do you go to school?
I'm a senior at Cape Coral High School.
Are you about ready to graduate?
Yes.
Do you know someone by the name of Kayla Rincon-Miller?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to just put State's Exhibit 2 up, which was already introduced. Is
And
this
if you
Kay-
raise your volume a little bit, it'd be helpful.
Yes,
Thank you.
do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
And is that Kayla your friend?
Yes.
How long have you known Kayla?
I've known her since Hector Caprad Elementary School.
Okay. And is that where the two of you met?
Yes.
Have you been friends with her since she was in elementary school?
Yes.
I want to take you back to March 17th of 2024. Do you remember what day of the week that was?
I think it was a Saturday night.
Okay. Could it have been a Sunday?
Yes.
You typically go out on Sunday nights?
At that time I did. Yes.
Okay. And did you have school the next day?
It had been spring break, so no.
And on that day, March 17th, did you make any plans?
I had talked about going to the beach with my friends, and I had wanted to go to the movies.
Okay. Did you end up going to the beach with your friends?
It was plans for the day after the movies, so no.
So that was something you were going to do the next day?
Yes.
And who did you make plans to go to the movies with?
I made plans with my friend Val or Emma. I made plans with Kayla and Edward.
And who is Edward?
Edward is my friend that I met freshman year.
And was Edward friends with Kayla also?
Yes, we had some classes together and I hung out briefly.
Now, you mentioned you've been friends with Kayla since elementary school. Do
Yes.
you know how well Emma and Kayla knew each other?
They had only hung out once before that night, and it was with me as well.
And how long had you known Emma? I think you may have called her Val. How long had you known her?
I had known her since maybe 7th grade.
When you made plans to go to the movie, which movie theater did you decide to go to?
We decided to go to Marquee Cinemas.
How did you end up getting to Marquee Cinema?
I had asked my older brother for a ride.
And did he give you a ride to the movie theater?
Yes.
And who else did he, if anybody, did he give a ride to a movie theater that night?
Me and Emma had gotten ready together at the house while Kayla was on the phone, so he had brought me and Emma over there to meet Kayla at Marquise.
Okay. So Kayla did not ride in the car with you.
No.
Did she end up meeting up with you?
Yes, she did.
Was she on time to the movies?
We had already gotten some popcorn and had grabbed our seats while waiting for her, so there was a little wait, but she didn't miss much of the movie. No.
Okay. When she arrived, did you go to meet her, or how did she know where to find you?
She had texted me that she was there, and I went to go and grab her from the bathroom where she had been waiting.
Do you know if she had a ticket to get into the movie?
She did.
She did have a ticket?
Or she had snuck into the movies, actually, and I had met her in the bathroom to come and sneak her in.
Did she have enough money to get into the movies that night?
She had a little change that I think she had been saving just for an emergency or something.
So did the three of you watch the movie together?
We did.
And that was you, Emma, and Kayla?
Yes.
Was there anybody else with you that you knew at the movies?
No, that night Edward wasn't able to make it.
After the movie let out, where did you go?
We had went out back to behind Marquee Cinema.
And why did you go out back?
We were talking about the movie
Okay.
and smoking.
All right, what were you smoking?
It was a vape pen.
Okay. Did you each have your own vape pen, or were you all sharing one?
We were sharing.
How long would you say you stayed behind the movie theater?
We had stayed there thinking about what to do next. And I think that it was maybe 15 minutes.
What did you decide to do?
We then proceeded towards, we walked over towards the side of the plaza, and we were just still thinking about what to do. And, we were thinking about maybe getting something to eat.
Where did you decide to go to get something to eat?
As we were walking down the street, we saw Chipotle and we saw Starbucks, and Emma didn't want Chipotle, and Starbucks was closed, so we had just said, let's walk down to McDonald's.
And how far would you say McDonald's was from the theater?
I would say that it was a long walk.
But it was close enough that you were able to walk.
Yes.
And did you take a side street to get there?
We went in the back street. That was kind of the back street where Chipotle and Starbucks had connected to.
And would that have been somewhat of a shortcut to McDonald's, or why did you decide to take that side street?
It was more of a shortcut and convenient. We didn't think too much about it.
All right. And as you were walking, can you just describe to the jurors how you were together or how you were walking?
We were walking side by side.
What were you doing when you were walking down the street?
We were laughing and just talking about random things. And at one point, before we continued walking, I had took pictures. We had took some pictures on her phone.
When you say her phone, whose phone are you talking about?
Kayla's phone.
Describe what kind of pictures you were taking.
I had told her to go underneath the streetlight and to do a runway. And it was just a picture that, I knew that she could be able to have posted maybe the next day.
Some kind of social media account?
Yes.
And when you say runway, what do you mean by runway?
I just remember laughing and, telling her to, treat it like a runway and that, that you look so good.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Before I approach, you said that you were using Kayla's phone to take these runway clips or videos.
Yes.
For the record, I'm showing defense counsel states exhibit 5.
There's Kleenex up there, and there's water if you need it.
Luan, I'm approaching you and showing you states exhibit 5. It's your disc. Are these your initials on this disc?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity before court yesterday to watch this video and see and recognize what was on it?
Yes.
And what did you recognize this video to be?
I recognized that it was the photos I had taken of her that night.
And these are runway clips that you were just talking to us about?
Yes.
And these were that night as you were walking to McDonald's?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I exhibit, the state would seek to move exhibit 5 into evidence.
Any objection? Pleaded.
Permission to publish?
You may.
We're going to start, Luan, with this first file on the disk. It says IMG_7134.
If you could stay by the microphone too, that would be helpful.
Yes, thank you. And then, Luan, we're going to play video 2. In this clip, we see Luan, or we see Kayla, and it looks like she has a white purse. Is that the purse she was carrying that night?
Yes.
And she has like a black strapless top that is just directly above her breast line. Is that what she was wearing that night?
Yes.
And it might be hard to see in the photograph, but what kind of shoes was she wearing?
She had on some green Converse.
Thank you. Now, when you were taking these photos and videos, were there other people around that you noticed?
At that moment, no. It had just been me and Emma.
So it was just the 3 of you that you saw at that time.
Yes.
You just mentioned taking these videos under a street light. What was the lighting like on this road?
It wasn't, I think it was maybe the last street light before the road had gone completely dark without any street lights.
Were there some buildings along this road? Businesses?
I think I remember seeing a Waffle House on the side of the street after those plazas, and maybe a tire place, but it was mainly just empty.
And anything that would have been there, any businesses that you passed, like the tire place, would those have been closed?
Yes.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
For the record, I'm going to show defense counsel exhibit 15. Luan, I'm approaching you at state's exhibit 15, and it's a video from one of those businesses. Did you have the opportunity to watch this video?
Yes.
And did you recognize anybody on the video?
Yes.
Who did you recognize on the video?
I recognized me, Emma, and Kayla walking.
Your Honor, this time, and this was right before this was during as you're walking toward the McDonald's.
Yes.
At this time, the state would move 15 into evidence and permission to publish.
No objection. No objection. Be admitted. We can publish.
Erin Hartree drives a bus, yellow bus, yellow bus. Erin Hartree drives a bus all day long.
I'm gonna wait to publish this video, if I may.
Okay.
Now, as you're walking, did you notice anything or anybody?
We noticed a SUV driving slowly next to us.
Okay. And why did you notice it?
I noticed this because we had all made eye contact with the driver.
And what did the driver, if you could just describe the driver's appearance?
I noticed a blonde hair with a bowl cut and light eyes that were like blue.
Did you recognize him? Did you know him at all?
No,
When you saw the driver of the car, were you able to see any of the people that were inside of the car?
I had noticed shadows inside of the car.
Were you able to see clearly enough in the car to have any kind of good description of who might be in the car?
I could notice someone leaning from the back seat to kind of see us, or maybe they were talking to the driver.
All right. But as far as giving a good description of that person, are you able to give a good description from that moment when you looked into the car?
No,
Did the car end up driving past you?
the car did drive past us slowly.
And did you ever see that car again?
Yes,
Tell the jurors when you saw that car again.
after we had brushed off the car and thought it was just a group of people checking us out, we were walking, and maybe with halfway more of a walk, we were stopped by a car that had met us, that had caught us abruptly as we were walking from our right side.
And what happened then?
I remember the headlights flashing, and I remember seeing all 4 car doors open of the vehicle. And I remember thinking, if this was a prank or something, but then I heard someone shout, "Give us all your money."
When you heard somebody shout, "Give us all your money," did you still think it was a prank?
At that point, I was scared, and I just wanted to say anything to deflect the situation. So automatically, I started screaming, "We don't have anything."
And were you carrying a purse on you that night?
I did have a little handbag.
And how were you holding that handbag?
I had the bag underneath my arm, tucked under, as I was walking.
What color was your handbag?
It had a pattern of brown and light brown.
What happened after you yelled that you didn't have anything?
After I had been held at gunpoint, the driver had ran across the car along with the person that had me at gunpoint. And I just remember not being able to make anything out in the dark.
I want to stop you right there. After you yell back, the next thing you said is somebody was holding you at gunpoint.
Yes.
Describe to the jurors what that person looked like that you recall.
This person had on a red hoodie.
A red hoodie?
Yes.
Was there anything else you noticed about the red hoodie?
It may have seemed like he had a ski mask underneath the hoodie that had been covering his eyes, and I could only see his skin color in his eyes.
What color was his skin?
It was a black person.
All right. And you saw the gun in his hand?
Yes.
How quickly did this all happen?
This happened quicker than I could process.
So as soon as those doors open, does it happen right away that somebody has a gun to you?
Yes.
And you said you saw the driver going toward Kayla, is that correct?
Yes, I saw the driver and the person that had me at gunpoint. They had went over to where Emma and Kayla were.
Okay. And Were you focused on any of the people? You said that the car doors open and people got out. Who would you say that you were most focused on?
I'd say that the quick glance of the driver running across the vehicle, and I could see his hair and his skin.
Was he the only white person that you saw get out of the car?
It was hard to make out all the other shadows that were in the dark, but I had maybe thought that maybe they were Hispanic.
So the shadows you thought were Hispanic, so darker skin than white?
Yes.
And did you see them attempting to grab any bags that night?
I was trying to see what was going on, and the only thing I could think about was feeling something, a bullet go through me. I was really scared, and I was trying to comprehend everything going on. And at the same time, I was just in the dark and clueless.
Was it something completely unexpected?
Yes.
And was it highly emotional?
Yes.
When the guy in the red hooded jacket came towards you with a firearm, did he ever fire it at you?
He never approached me. He just held me at gunpoint, and I don't know why, but I was left alone, and they ran over to Emma and Kayla.
Coach, I'm sorry. Can you brief that one?
Okay.
Hippie chicks, Marky C, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and Marky, go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
That white noise is tough. That's tough for the ears. So I try and catch you whenever I can. But it can get a bit tough to catch everything. I get why they need to do it, but still. Oh, this is going to be interesting. The cross is going to be interesting to see, like, how much has changed, potentially. I don't know. I mean, the one thing I've said all along that I've Okay, I think we're fine. I think we're back. Bear with me. I just need to reset. I need to get the fuck off. I need to get the Okay. Oh shit! Fine. Got it here as well. Right. Got that off. I think we're back. Bear with me. I just need to reset. Hang on. I will. Yes, do that. To install my Surfshark. And then I'll get the stream up and running. Whilst we do that, bear with me whilst we do this. I am so sorry, people. I'm not really. I don't really care. Well, I do care, but you know what I mean. It's out of my hands. I couldn't do anything about this, so sorry. And if any of you object...
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
That's what you get. Right. Bear with me. Let me get the stream up now then. YouTube. I've got to download Surfshark. Fuck. But the one good thing is we can zoom, so it's fine. You can't blame them if you want. I won't stop you. If you want to blame them, I think we got Erin here, we got Josie here, we got Mexi here, we got Sarah P here. Again, I'm not saying it's their fault. That was right, let me unmute that. Go off. I'm trying to find this. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I found it. Yes, right. We're about 20 minutes behind, so it's fine. No one panic.
Yes.
And you said they were, you mentioned. All right, I don't recall what I just asked you, so I'm going to go back to my questions and see. You mentioned your focus was on the person that had the gun towards you.
Yes.
And the driver.
Yes.
But did you also testify you believe there were other people that got out of the car as well?
Yes.
And you said they were shadowy, but you recall there were more than just the two of them.
Yes.
And do you recall them trying to take Emma and Kayla's bag? Statements that they gave. Any other noises?
Any other noises? No.
You mentioned that you were afraid they were going to shoot you.
Yes.
Did you ever hear any shots fired?
Yes.
How many shots do you believe you heard?
I remember hearing 3 shots.
Okay. And once you heard those shots, what happened next? What did you do?
I was still frozen, and Emma had told me Kayla had gotten shot.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's fine. You can say that. What did you hear Emma say?
Emma had told me Kayla had gotten shot.
Okay. And so what did you do when you learned that Kayla had been shot?
once I had snapped back, I remember seeing Kayla let herself down on the ground, and I ran over to her.
And at this point, when you ran over to her, was the car still there?
No,
Had everybody in the car and the car all gone away from the scene?
yes.
What happened when you went over to Kayla? What did you see?
I saw her letting herself down on the ground, laying down.
What did you do next?
I was really confused at first, and I didn't want to believe it. But she was panicking.
How did you know she was panicking? Was she saying or doing anything that made you believe she was panicking?
She was just like, I just got shot. And I just remember telling her, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I just didn't want to believe it.
Did you end up did you see where she had been shot?
Yes.
And were you able to try to help give her any kind of aid?
I had been trying to keep pressure on the wound.
And how did you try to keep pressure on the wound?
I had my hand on her chest, and I didn't realize where the wound was.
Did anyone call 911?
I had tried to call 911, but my hands were shaking so bad that Emma said that she would do it. So she got on that immediately when she saw that I was struggling.
Whose phone was used to call 911?
I think she had used my phone because we were using Kayla's phone. I had Kayla unlock her phone. Then she had told me to make phone calls for her.
So you had Kayla's phone. Did you try to make any phone calls for her?
She had told me to call Tati,
And who is Tati?
her sister.
Did you try to call Tati?
Yes.
Were you able to get through to her?
I don't remember. I don't think so the first time.
Did you make any other phone calls for Kayla?
I think her grandma.
During this time, was Kayla still able to communicate with you?
Yes.
At some point, did you or anybody on the scene have a conversation with Kayla's mom?
I think Kayla was talking to her mom.
At some point, did law enforcement arrive?
Yes.
And did the police arrive before the ambulance did?
Yes.
Once the police arrived, did they take over for helping Kayla?
The ambulance had taken over.
And when they took over, what did you do?
I was still by her side, but I think the first corresponding officer, he was trying to help her, so I had to step aside.
Did you get to go in the ambulance with her to the hospital?
No.
Did you stay on scene?
Yes.
Do you know if other people stopped on the scene to try to help as well? Or were you even aware?
No. I just remember there being a lot of people.
And all those people that you remember, were those people around or near the scene when Kayla was shot?
I think that there were neighbors coming outside.
So other people came to the scene, but they weren't there when Kayla was shot.
Yes.
When police started arriving, did they talk to you to try to find out what you saw and what happened?
Yes.
Were you still in a state of shock at that time?
I was frantic, and all I could think about was my friend in the ambulance. But I did try my best, and I just told them about the night that we just had, you know.
And so you gave a description of what you could recall to the detectives or the police that were on scene?
Yes.
And at some point when you were talking to them, did you learn that Kayla had died at the hospital?
I had found out the next morning.
So at that time when she was taken to the hospital, you had no idea that she had passed?
No, I had raced to the hospital to try and see if I could be there and wait for her to wake up. But the hospital told me that it was only family allowed.
When did you race to the hospital?
After being on the crime scene for maybe an hour or two.
So at some point you went to the hospital and you weren't allowed in to see Kayla?
Yes.
Did you also then meet with detectives and give additional statements about things that you could remember?
Yes.
After this incident happened, after the shooting happened, did you and Emma get together and talk and try to remember together what had happened?
Yes. And we had both asked each other, if we thought that we were crazy or not.
So you discussed what you recall and did you actually at some point both drop out of school or stay home for school for a time?
Yes.
Oh,
We have a moment, Your Honor. Did you ever get to see Kayla before she passed?
No.
I have nothing further in terms of the witness.
just with your name. Cross his name.
We're almost there. It's okay. You need a moment to kind of gather yourself.
No. Thank you.
When you saw this car drive by you, the car slowed down from like 25 miles an hour down to 5, right? They were just rolling past you, right?
Yes.
And the only person that was looking at you guys squarely was the driver. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
There's a white guy, blue eyes, blonde hair, dirty blonde hair.
Yes.
That car goes down the street, makes a U-turn, comes back at you, and kind of parks the car in front of you, right?
I never saw that.
You didn't see that? When the car came upon you guys, how were you standing? Do you recall? Sorry, I've been told by the court not to speak at the microphone.
Could you re-ask that question?
Sure. When the car approached you the second time, do you remember how you were standing in the street?
We were on the left side, which had more of the empty land.
Was that more towards Del Prado or towards the neighborhood?
More towards Del Prado.
So you're on the west side of the street.
Yes.
You saw all 4 doors open.
Yes.
Right? You were held up by a person in a red hoodie and a ski mask, right?
Yes.
You could see that he was black.
Yes.
Was he wearing any gloves?
No.
Do you know from where in the car he came from?
Where the car came from?
No, did you see him get out of the driver's side rear?
The red hoodie?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So he was sitting behind the driver.
Yes.
When you got together with Val, you were asking yourselves, are we crazy? Why were you saying, are we crazy?
Because there had only been 2 arrests made, and I just remember feeling hassled by a big group of people. A big group of, it just looked like many, it seemed like they were shorter than us almost. But we could tell that it was just young boys. So we just knew we had been ambushed.
Were you ever told that it was only 2 people?
I have been told that that's all the evidence that they've been able to connect.
And that was Miss Miller from the state that told you that. Is that correct?
Yes.
When everyone was running back towards the car, you remember someone yelling, "Why did you shoot?"
I just remember hearing a why and yelling, just shouting. And it was only when they got into the car, like I was closing the door, because I just remember when they ran off, it was just silent and quick.
Of the 4 people that were there, there was one person with a mask. Is that true? There's only one person without a mask.
I'd like to. I don't believe so.
There was more than one person without a mask?
I think that there's another person with the mask or something covering their face.
So how many people with masks did you see or something covering their face? Were there 3?
I would say 2.
At least 2? The driver wasn't wearing a mask.
No.
You saw him plain as day.
Yes.
Judge, if I have one, please.
Read right.
Yes, thank you. Luan, you talked about that you and Emma believed there were definitely more than 2 people there that night, correct?
Yes.
And you met with me and wanted to know why more people hadn't been arrested. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we explained at this point the only
Judge,
evidence.
Counsel testifying.
Oh, this one.
And you, I believe, just said that I told you that's all the evidence they've been able to connect, and they being the detectives. Is that right?
Yes.
And have you spoken to the detective about the investigation?
Yes.
And has your mom also spoken to the detectives?
Yes.
And were you told to come in here and tell the truth about everything?
Sustained.
Judges.
Sustained.
And did you come in here today and tell the jurors what you remember from that night?
Yes.
And was that influenced by the number of arrests that were made?
No.
And was that influenced by anything anybody told you?
No.
Are you telling the jurors what it is that you, Luan, remembered from that night?
Yes.
Wait a moment, Your Honor. Nothing further, Your Honor. I'd ask that she be released.
All right. Any objections? All right. You can sit down. Any objections are being released? All right. You're released from your seat. You call your next witness.
The state called Brian Gum.
While we're doing that, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if at any time any of you decide you need to have a comfort break or anything, just let Mr. Cowlett know or let me know. Okay? So, do you want to take a break? All right, let's take a short recess then. Send you back to the jury room. Just for about,
All right.
about 10 minutes. And just leave your notepads on your chairs.
So I believe something happens here now. So we'll wait a little bit. Then we'll skip.
All right, let the record reflect jury's exited the courtroom. We'll come back in 10 minutes. Yes, sir?
Judge, do we want to address our claim that there's a persistent violation?
Sure, go ahead.
Testimony of Ms. Wright.
Yes, go ahead.
Judge, so after having sent the deposition of Ms. Wright, clearly saying that she doesn't know who the shooter is, going through her testimony to the interviews with law enforcement, clearly saying she doesn't know who the shooter is. After meeting with Ms. Wolf, she suddenly knows who the shooter is, but has never been disclosed to the defense. Judge, and that's Richardson. That's a Richardson violation. Judge, we have State versus Evans, 770, 7nd, 1174.
Can you say it again, sir?
Judge, State versus Evans, 770, 2nd, 1174. So the witness claimed not to see anything in order to change their testimony, and the court found that was a violation. So I would ask the court at this point, we can't unmake that law. So we would be moving for a mistrial.
Okay. Any grounds for mistrial?
At this point, the defense has been ambushed with this change in testimony. We were caught off guard. It was made deliberately to embarrass the defense. I've already given my opening statement, Judge, clearly saying that neither witness knows who the shooter is. And yet Ms. Wolf was able to produce this witness at the 11th hour saying, suddenly, Thomas Stein is the shooter, or the driver was the shooter.
Yeah. All right, let's do.
The state did not ask Emma Wright to identify Thomas Stein in the lease. We did not ask her to do that. We asked her to describe the driver of the car, who she said is the one who shot Kayla Rincon-Miller. That's exactly what she did. She said that in previous statements. To suggest that this is an ambush because the defense never knew that that was a possibility, it simply misstates what the evidence is in discovery. And further, Mr. Wheeler has gone to great lengths with Ms. Wright to emphasize that she's given multiple statements. She's given various accounts, and the state took that into account when asking her questions. If the court will recall during opening, I emphasized the fact that these girls were going to talk about their perceptions that night, and they were under the heat and duress of a traumatic event. This is not new information. There's not a Richardson violation. So I'd ask the court to find that this is something that's been in the defense possession that the state did not withhold. So there's not
just to make that clear, what you just said. In her prior statements, had she ever said she did, or that the driver was the shooter in her prior statements?
that the driver is the one who went to Kayla and that the driver is the one who shot.
Okay, so that was disclosed in the statements. Hold on,
I'm looking at the.
I'll tell you when it's your turn, I promise. I'll give you your turn.
Oh,
No, not talking about something, it's surely.
I know that Mr. Wheeler was referring to Ms. Wright's deposition, and I'll look through that again as well.
So then the next question is, if it's not in her prior statements, but then in her discussion with you, if her testimony changes said the driver was the shooter, was that disclosed to the defense? Or did she do that when she was with you, first of all?
No, it was
Okay.
it was consistent with what she said in the deposition.
Wait. Did she disclose to you when she talked with you that she now believed that the driver was the shooter?
That the driver was the shooter?
No, did you know that she was going to say that before she came and got on the stand? And if so, did you tell the defense that?
She said she's discussed with us that there was one white person and that the white person is the one who went to Kayla Rincon. Today,
That's not my question.
okay,
My
I'm
question is,
explaining
did
that
she tell
that's what she said. And today she described the white person as being the driver.
That's fine. Did she tell you, though, what she said on the stand today, that the driver was the shooter?
She did not use those words to me previously. I'm just confirming with Ms. Wheeler because we've met with her together and I don't want to misspeak. That was not, I'm struggling because there's nothing inconsistent about what she said, so I'm trying to parse out.
I'm not asking you to parse out anything. I'm just asking you if she told you when you met with her that now what she said on the stand, she kind of collected her thoughts and that she now remembers that the driver was the shooter.
No. May I have just a moment, please?
If you need some time to go back and look at your statements or what have you, I can give you some time. I can go upstairs and go back and I'll give you your turn. So you need a moment to look through your notes?
No, what we're just discussing is trying to make sure that we understand. She didn't, excuse me, her statement was that she took time to reflect. So she even said that on the stand, not before now. So I'm confirming that that wasn't something that she directly said to us. It wasn't something, no, the answer is no.
Okay.
What she said on the stand.
Directly.
No, she didn't say that to us. What she said on the stand today about, I had the time to reflect and I know now, I believe this, I'm trying to think.
So is that also the first time you heard that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, our theory of, yes.
Okay. All right.
Judge, I'm sorry, but I think that the state is trying to dance around the subject of what they were told by this witness and when they learned that she was going to say that Thomas Stein or the driver was the shooter.
She never said Thomas Stein was the shooter.
Correct. She said the driver was the shooter.
Okay.
So
And you're saying that's not contained in any of the prior statements?
never, has never said that. And in fact, like I crossed her on, she is with 100% certainty she doesn't know who the shooter is.
Okay.
I don't know how that's consistent with what she's testified.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna give you all some time to look at your notes and statements, and I'll come back down and we'll continue this.
All right. Oh, okay.
Judge, I'm sorry, one last thing that I
Wait, your client's here. Everybody's present.
Judge, thank you. During the state's opening statement, she said one of the witnesses said that she saw the driver shoot. I believe that's what was said.
Okay, let me go upstairs.
Okay, we're now back live. True. There may be trouble ahead. Okay. Obviously, we know from the defense side that the first witness did not testify the way that she had previously, for sure. And obviously, she said she had met with the prosecutors, then the prosecutors had to confirm you actually did meet with us, didn't you? But yeah, I mean, it does throw you off when someone's statements have completely changed from what you thought. They have been ambushed. However, is that the fault of the state or not? That's the question. Did the state know how she was going to testify, or has this all come out literally from nowhere, that the state didn't even know she was going to testify what she testified to? So yeah, I don't know. It is a lot. It was a big change as well from the defense's opening statements being like, well, the first witnesses who were there are not going to point the finger at the defendant and blah, blah, blah. And now they're saying, no, he's a shooter. We now confirm for the first time ever he's a shooter. Ooh, so I can imagine how they feel ambushed right now, to me, because the whole trial has changed for the defense. Well, I think that's the problem is that all the statements that they've given 3 statements the night of it, like a few weeks afterwards, a deposition. They've all said the same thing every single time, and then today they came in and said completely different things. So I think that's tough. Do you know what I mean? I've got every sympathy for the girls. They're obviously traumatized. However, the 4th time you've been questioned and it's the time that you now change your testimony. That is very hard for the defense. It's tough because they've never once said that he was the shooter, and now today out of nowhere they said he's the shooter. Do you know what I mean? That is very, very tough. So, and again, it's weighing the sympathy. I'm not blaming them whatsoever in the terms of, look, how would any of us deal with it, But at the same time, this is why you give depositions. This is why you give testimony. Yeah. I don't know what you do here. Do you know what I mean? I really don't know what you do here. I think the right thing to do is to say that there is a mistrial and you start all over, because the defense are no longer surprised, and then they can, because the defense can then make an objective view going, right, okay, we know that they're going to testify to this. What is our tactic? Okay, but also it gives the defendant, right, they're placing you as a shooter. So do you want to plead or not? And it's up to them then if he wants to plead or not. I don't think he can strike the entire testimony. I think I'll be honest with you, people. I don't think I can. I don't know.
All right, the record will reflect State's President Defense Counsel, most Defense Counsel. Oh, okay. I'll wait for Wheeler, but you can be seated. For the record, the State's President Defense Counsel and the defendant are present.
I had time to speak with Defense Counsel. We discussed the fact of what I said in opening. I want to clarify that what I said in opening, it is what it is. I said that you'll hear the perceptions of the girls, including Emma Wright and Luan Deja, about who the driver was, who the other parties were, and that there were multiple people. I also indicated that they would say that the driver went to Kayla and that the driver is the one who shot Kayla. I said that in opening. I believe that my intention was to construe that they're giving you their perceptions and that the person that was the driver that went to her is the one who shot her. They're I don't want to speak for them, but their belief is that I spoke with Emma Wright at some point beforehand where she said that to me, and she affirmatively did not say that to me. I confirmed with her even after openings when they were all here yesterday. I took a witness in the room. She gives multiple statements because it's an evolving event, as the court could see from her testimony today. And I asked her about how many people went to Kayla, what their appearance was. She still confirms there were at least 4 people who were present. I assured her she has to tell the truth about what she believes she saw. So that was always going to come out. And I also asked her, did she see a gun in the driver's hand? Because both Ms. Miller and I wanted to confirm if we were going to be able to have a witness specifically say a gun was in the driver's hand. And Emma explicitly said, absolutely not. I was focused on the person who was attacking me. Those were her words. She never said that she saw a driver with the gun in his hand. So obviously it's not that she's saying she saw him shot. I watched the video, we pulled it up. I did make that a statement that implies that in my opening. I take that, but I contend there wasn't a misrepresentation on behalf of the state. I'll take a step back. There wasn't a Richardson violation because this isn't information that has ever been said until she took the stand today. And I even would caution that the way it was presented from her today, the questions about, did you know who the shooter was? And she says, not at the time. There was a lot of back and forth, and it was confusing for her because I do believe she thinks that when defense is asking her, do you know who the shooter is? She's looking across at who's been arrested. She admitted she's been watching the media coverage. She's not agreeing that, she's not going to say that it's Thomas Stein who's the shooter because that's what she learned since it happened. So I just think that there's been some confusion, and coloring it in a way that it's been disingenuous is possible, but I'm representing to the court that is simply not what happened. And I did bring my witness coordinator in the room with me when I had that conversation with Ms. Wright yesterday. Just, I can present that testimony if you'd like.
Okay. All right.
Just to be clear, Ms. Wright has never stated that she saw who pulled the trigger or who shot Kayla Rincon-Miller.
And I want to be specific because the issue, as narrowly defined as I can see, is has she ever said that the driver was the shooter? Because that's what she said today.
Correct.
Okay.
She has never said that, Judge.
Okay, and the state agrees with that?
In any interviews with
No,
law enforcement,
yes.
in any depositions with me, she has never said that the driver was the shooter.
Okay.
And as the girls have identified Thomas Stein as the driver, or they indicated that the driver was a white male with blue eyes and blonde hair, the only one in the car.
Certainly.
I think it's pretty plain that they're trying to say that Thomas Stein is the shooter. Judge, this is a Richardson, this is a discovery violation.
Well, hold on one second. Because I didn't hear the answer when I asked about it. But this, in your contention, and I understand what you're saying, is this is the first time when she was on the stand that you ever heard her say the driver was the shooter.
That's correct, Judge.
So I'm narrowly defining it.
That's correct.
Is this the first, Ms. Wolf, I'm sorry, is this the first time the state has heard this witness say the driver was the shooter?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, that cannot be possible because in her opening statement yesterday to these jurors, Ms. Wolf indicated that she saw that the girls saw the driver pass in front of her, go to Kayla, and shoot.
Okay.
Judge, I would ask the court to inquire of the state when they learned this information because it's at least yesterday afternoon.
I think what she's saying, and I'll ask, when was the first time you heard that witness say the driver is the shooter?
What she said on the stand today is the first time that I've heard that. But our notes don't represent that she actually said the driver is the shooter. Like Ms. Miller was taking notes about what the testimony was, but her placing it that the driver is the shooter, this is the first time that she said that. Yes.
Okay.
Judge, can I play the opening? It's on YouTube.
I remember the opening, and I've heard the state's explanation of the opening. She's saying that what her implication on saying that a witness is going to say that the driver was the shooter was not emanating from what this witness testified to today. It was emanating from the reasonable inferences drawn from what they've said in their other statements. That's how I took it.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what the state's position is.
Okay.
Nothing in the witness's statements indicate that, Judge. I can blanketly say that at least they don't know who the shooter is. It could have been the person in front of Kayla. It could have been the driver when he walked up to the two of them. Either one.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been either one. Judge, at this point, at the very least, since yesterday afternoon, they learned this was going to happen because those words came out of Ms. Wolf's mouth. The state has danced around directly answering the court's question, what did the witness tell you in preparing for the trial? Ms. Wolf keeps saying, well, she never said those exact words. But obviously, Judge, there was a change in the testimony that would allow her to make a statement saying, we know who the shooter is, right? These girls can identify the shooter. They saw the shooter.
Okay. I'll ask directly. Was there any change in testimony in the witness's statements to you in pretrial that changed her testimony as to her in any way identifying the driver as the shooter? Is that broad enough to Mr. Wheeler?
Judge, I would make it even broader.
Or more specific enough? I mean,
I would make it broader. Did she ever change her testimony from, I don't know who the shooter is, to I can now identify the shooter?
That's fair.
No.
Okay.
This case has always been a circumstantial case.
I just need the answer to the question.
Okay, I'm sorry, Your
It's
Honor.
okay. So the representation of the state is that she never changed her testimony from I don't know who the shooter is to I can identify the shooter as the driver.
Correct.
Okay.
But Judge, how can the state then come back and start questioning the witness? Well, your perception that night, right? It was a little fuzzy, and everything was so exciting, and making these excuses for her change in testimony, kind of preloading that into their direct examination in anticipation of what was going to come out of her mouth. How is that possible? How is this not a discovery violation, Judge?
Well,
they were preparing for it since at least yesterday.
I've heard your arguments, and I've heard the state's representations in that regard. At this point, I accept the state's representations that there was no change in testimony that was given to the state prior to starting the trial, prior to the witness taking the stand. Other than, the inferences that you've drawn from the state's statement in opening and indicated some kind of questioning leading up to it, you believe it's different than the representation by the state. But I don't have any evidence to show otherwise at this point. So I accept the state's representation. Anything else?
Judge, at this point, I would ask the court to conduct a Richardson hearing to see if it was willful or inadvertent.
At this point, what was the state in possession of that was not disclosed?
Judge, it's the defense's position that they were obviously in possession of this change of testimony before putting her on the stand and before giving her opening statement.
Okay, I understand that's your opinion of it. The state's made representations. They're officers of the court, and have no reason to not accept their representation at this point.
But it flies in the face of common sense. How can they one, make a statement to these jurors of what these witnesses saw, and then secondly, ask the question, who shot Kayla? It was the driver.
That was not how the testimony played out, is my recollection. Either the question or the answer.
Well, regardless, Judge, asking her what she had seen based upon her, air quotes, perception, and her perception's her testimony, Judge.
All right, so I've heard the arguments of counsel on this. I've heard the representations from the state. I find that there's not a Richardson violation, and that therefore a Richardson hearing is not necessary. As far as the motion for mistrial, I find that it is not manifestly necessary to declare a mistrial. I don't believe that the the statements made by the witness and cross-examined and impeached by the defense would vitiate the fairness of this trial. And so I deny the motion for mistrial. All right. State and call our next witness. Or wait, we got to get the jury in. Yes.
In fairness to the judge, like, he can't make any other call. The state said we've never lied. I think the state is sketchy as fuck for what they did there. They wouldn't answer the question whatsoever fully. I think the state are very sketchy in what they're doing right now. And I would be pissed as a defense, but the judge can't do anything because the state have said, no, we did nothing wrong. And they are officers of the court and they're not allowed to lie. So that's tough. That is tough.
Yours entering.
Okay. All right, please be seated. And we all stand for you also. Whenever you get to your seats, you can sit down. Okay? Okay.
Sure.
No, well, now you're sure, okay? Yeah, you all are who we're standing for. Okay? All right, state and call the next witness.
The state calls Brian Gum.
All right, sir. You'll face the clerk. Raise your right hand. She'll swear you in.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
All right, you take the stand.
Inquire.
You may.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please introduce yourself to the jurors.
Hi, I'm Brian Gum. I'm a sergeant with the Cape Coral Police Department.
How long have you been a sergeant with Cape Coral?
I've been a sergeant now coming up on 4 years.
And how long have you been employed by Cape Coral?
In August, it will be 20 years for me.
What type of training and experience do you have?
I have basically most of the standard curriculum for the law enforcement. Most of my career has been on road patrol. Did a stint on the Marine unit. Currently with the Community Resources Bureau, which is for the SROs.
And what are SROs?
Student Resource Officers.
Okay. Did you work anywhere prior to working for Cape Coral Police Department?
No, I did not. Not in law enforcement.
All right. What did you do prior to law enforcement?
I was a mechanic.
Were you working back on March 17th of 2024?
I was.
What capacity?
I was a supervisor for road patrol on the night shift.
And did you get assigned to a call at some point?
Yes, I did.
And what was the nature of the call you were assigned?
I got assigned to a call that was a shooting.
And how did you become involved with that call?
I was a South supervisor, and this happened in the Central District. So the Central District supervisor requested some assistance, so I came up there to assist her.
Where did you go?
I went initially to the scene and spoke with that supervisor.
Okay. And did you stay on the scene?
Very briefly,
Where did you go from there?
I went to Gulf Coast Hospital.
When you got to that scene, what was, if you can just describe to the jurors kind of what was going on at the scene at that time?
When I had got the scene, the ambulance was just pulling away. We were trying to set up the perimeter around the scene, get everything down. We're just moving some pieces around, but it was still pretty raw.
Were there a lot of people milling about?
I don't recall the exact, I mean, I noticed some of our guys walking around, but as far as civilians and stuff, I don't think I remember too many other people there.
Okay. And had it been, crime scene tape been put up at that point when you were there?
I did see some crime scene tape, yes.
And why did you go to Gulf Coast Hospital?
Because that's where the victim went, and we need to keep someone with the victim.
Did you know the extent of her injury when you went to the hospital?
No, I did not know the extent of her injury when I got there.
Did you know that did you have any idea that it was a life-threatening injury?
Well, I knew it was of serious nature because Gulf Coast Hospital is the trauma hospital. So that's where all the trauma alerts go to Gulf Coast. So obviously it's a shooting and they're going to Gulf Coast. So I knew it was a very serious nature.
What happened when you arrived to Gulf Coast Hospital?
When I got there, I went into the trauma bay and I kind of got there just after the ambulance had got there. So when I arrived in the trauma bay, they were just pushing Kayla into the trauma ward.
About how many employees of the hospital were there in the trauma bay?
There was a lot. I mean, there was 2 surgeons I saw. There was a lady with a cart, I assume was an anesthesiologist. There was a number of nurses and other staff. A number guessing would be 20 to 30.
And were they all there to attend to Kayla?
Yeah, she was the only one in the trauma bay.
What did you do when you saw all these people surrounding Kayla?
At that point, I'm just keeping eyes on her and just trying to keep my detectives updated at the scene. So I kind of just stood back and just stood there and let them work.
At some point, did they move Kayla out of the trauma bay?
Yeah, at some point, and my best guess time frame would be 15 minutes or so. They did move her into the surgery room, which is double doors. Obviously, it's a sterile environment, so I can't go in there. So at that point, I had lost contact with Kayla. She went back into surgery.
And so prior to her going into surgery, were there multiple people around her, touching her, attending to her, trying to help save her life?
Yeah, I mean, liken it to like a mob scene around her. It was a lot of things going on.
Where did you go once Kayla was wheeled back into the operating room?
I met my victim's advocate from the police department, Brandy, and we went into a private room. And then the family, Kayla's mom, dad, and her sister joined us in that room.
And what happened when you met with them?
Initially, they came in. To be honest, I don't think they understood the gravity of the situation based on the conversations and their demeanor. So I kind of just sat there quietly, let the victim's advocate speak to them. I was just trying to feel out where we were going to go with this.
So was it your understanding that they really had no information about what had happened to Kayla as far as how serious it was?
Based on what I saw in the trauma bay and what was happening, and then their reaction when they came in the room, yeah, I don't think they understood the gravity of the situation.
And you said that you met also with the victim advocate who was there with the family.
Correct.
Is that a standard protocol that Cape Coral Police Department follows?
Yeah, we always get, if you have family members, they're trained, they have training that I don't have. So they come and they help deal with the family and get them through these kinds of processes.
And did anybody end up coming into the room as you were waiting with the family?
Not into the private room. I think someone from the hospital came in at some point and then directed us to a larger waiting area.
Do you know approximately how long you waited in that private room before you were taken to this larger area?
It would be a guess, but I would probably say in the area of 20 to 25 minutes.
And what happened as you were sitting out in that larger waiting area?
So we were moved. So someone from the hospital came in and said, hey, we're going to move you over to a different area. So at Gulf Coast Hospital, there's a big waiting room. It's like an atrium. And so we all went into the atrium. We were the only ones in the atrium. And we sat there for another I mean, it felt like it was, to me, that felt at that point like 30 to 45 minutes. We were kind of sitting there waiting. I know they had a couple of their friends join them. And then at some point, then the surgeons came out and talked to us
Okay, and what did you learn from the surgeons?
that Kayla had passed.
And what was the family's reaction when they learned that?
Very explosive.
And what did you do upon learning this information?
Just try to do what I could do to be there for them.
Did you go anywhere with the family?
Yep. After we kind of got through that process, the one of the nurses there, she's a nurse or the victims, someone who worked for the hospital in their victims advocate type capacity. She showed us down a hallway, said Kayla's down in the room down there. On the right, it was totally dark. There was numerous rooms as you walk down, but they were all empty. And so I took the family down with me and let them view her in the room.
And was she in the room alone at that point?
Yes.
And did you allow her family to touch her?
I did let her mom hold her hand, yep.
And you mentioned it was just you. At some point, were you given any items of evidence or items from Kayla?
Yes, so the either the nurse or the victim's advocate for the hospital told me that there was a bag in the room that was for me. She didn't really tell me what was in the bag. I think she said there was just some clothing items. She said, that's for you. And I said, okay, thank you. And then she did not go down the hall with us. So then we went down the hall where Kayla was.
And did you ever look into that bag of clothing?
I did.
Sorry, into that bag.
I did. I opened the bag in the room just to make sure that it was the bag that I was being directed to collect.
And were you able just by your cursory glance to tell what was in that bag?
It was clothing items. Clothing items I do remember seeing, was kind of vividly in my memory, is the a sock that was on the top, and it had like little characters like a kid's sock.
And did you then take that clothing and turn it into the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes. So then I collected that. Once I confirmed that that was the bag that was in the room that I was directed to collect, I then took the bag, didn't go through it. I just took it. And then I went from there. We all left the hospital, put the bag in my patrol car with me, and I drove back to the police station. And then I handed that bag directly to evidence technician Lansky.
And the clothing that they gave you, was it the clothing that she was wearing when she came into the hospital that night?
I mean, I didn't look at it that close in the bag, but I just pretty much assumed that that was the clothing she was wearing because it did have some blood on it.
And how long did you stay in that room with Kayla and her family?
We were there probably no more than 10 minutes.
And then at that point, would somebody from the medical examiners come and remove her body for an autopsy?
Yes, at some point, yes, somebody would come remove her body.
Gunner, may I approach the witness?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing defense counsel states exhibit 7 and 7A. Sorry to show you these, but I just need to have you identify 7 and 7A. Tell me if you recognize those photos.
Yes, that's Kayla.
Okay. And is that who you saw in the hospital bed that day?
Yes.
At this time, the state removed 7 and 7A into evidence.
Any objection? Be admitted.
Can I permission to publish?
You may.
Nothing further. The state tenders a witness.
Mr. Wheeler.
More, sir.
Was Kayla's purse with her?
I do not know the answer to that question.
So if it wasn't in the bag, you can imagine it was probably left at the scene.
I would guess, yeah, there was a pile of clothing and I didn't go through it, so I couldn't tell you if it was under the pile of clothing or if it was left at the scene.
Did you know whether or not the clothing was turned in for ballistic testing?
I do not know that, no.
When I say ballistic testing, you understand I mean
Yes, sir.
gunshot residue,
Yes, sir.
that kind of thing,
Yes, sir.
unburned powder. Do you know the nature and extent of the wound suffered by Ms. Rincon-Miller?
I never got close enough to see it. By the time I got in the trauma bay, like I said, they were wheeling her into the actual bay. So I wasn't up close by her. And then when we went to go back where they had placed her, she was covered with towels.
Did you understand it was a through and through at that time?
I did not.
Do you know whether or not if there's a through and through, there might still be bullet fragments inside the deceased?
Yeah, it would make sense to me.
Do you know if any ballistic evidence was recovered from Ms. Rincon-Miller's body?
No one had told me from the hospital, no.
Do you typically get that from medical staff if a fragment or a projectile is removed from someone's remains?
Yeah, typically if you go to the hospital and there is some sort of bullet fragment or a separate piece of evidence, it's usually placed in a small container.
Sure. And in order to find that, don't they typically x-ray the remains?
I don't know the procedure on how that's done.
Okay. You were the only law enforcement there in the building?
I was the only Cape Coral police officer in the building.
And it was it's Cape Coral's case. Right?
Correct.
Nothing really interesting.
Nothing further.
You can-
Be excused.
All right, let's step down. Is any objection to being excused from this?
No,
hearing?
sir. Thank you.
All right, you're excused. State and call our next witness.
Elizabeth Lansky.
Oh, thank you very much. What's this?
Welcome.
Whale what?
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm sorry, honey.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
I've got it. Thank
That was literally me this morning, yes, with that drink that Mexi got me to
All right,
buy.
we'll face the clerk. Raise your right hand. She'll swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You can take the stand.
May I inquire?
You may.
Would you please state your full name?
Elizabeth Becca Lansky.
How do you spell your first name
Elizabeth
and your last name?
Lansky.
And do you have another name that other people might refer to you by?
Lisa.
And what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm now retired, but I was a forensic specialist for the Cape Coral Police Department, a civilian employee.
And you're retired. When did you retire?
October 1st.
Of 2025?
25, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And in order to be a forensic specialist, what kind of educational background did you have to achieve?
I have a bachelor's degree in biology from Cleveland State University. I worked for 5 years at the coroner's office in Cleveland, Ohio, before coming to the Cape Coral Police Department. I started there in May of 2025, and I have over 1,000 hours of continuing ed during that 30 years in various forensic topics.
And what type of, or if any, topic did you specialize in when you were working at the Cape Coral Police Department?
I'm a certified latent print examiner and a certified crime scene analyst.
And in order to become a crime scene analyst that's certified, what do you have to do?
Take a test.
And how long did you work in for the Cape Coral Police Department in that role?
25 years plus a few months.
And as a crime scene analyst, what kind of duties do you have when you are working at a crime scene? What is it that you're actually doing?
Well, usually first I photograph the entire area. Sometimes I will sketch, measure where items of evidence are, collect those items, and process them either at the scene or back at the station.
When you're working in your role as a crime scene analyst, or specialist, I'm sorry, are you trying to prove or disprove something, or are you trying to document? What is the purpose of what your role is?
Documenting and collecting any items that may be of significance.
And when you go out to a crime scene, what information do you have that helps you to determine whether something is relevant?
Well, we don't always know what's relevant, but we try to do the best we can. When I arrive at a scene, I'll get the information that's known so far from the officers at the scene.
And then based on that, you document and collect whatever might be pertinent.
Correct.
Even some things that maybe end up not being pertinent. Is that fair?
Yes.
And you said you take photographs?
Yes.
And do you also do crime scene work, but back at the laboratory? Is there some connection between what you do at the laboratory and what you do out in the scene?
Yes.
And what is that?
Well, at the laboratory, I will collect like swabs for DNA or swabs of apparent blood or swabs of whatever is relevant. I will photograph again and describe the items that have been collected or turned in. I can process items for evidence, for fingerprints, etc.
And then you package and store them, is that right? Or submit them to the evidence department?
Yes.
Were you called regarding a crime scene located in the area of 1938 Southeast 16th Place on March 17th of 2024?
Yes.
Was that a situation where you were on duty or was there something else going on?
I was on call.
Okay, and what does that mean?
That means when I'm not actually at the station, dispatch will call it home and I will respond to crime scenes. We have a schedule for usually one person is on call.
And do you recall what time of day or what time of the night that you got a call to go to that scene?
I believe it was about 10:30 at night.
And in order to get there, do you have to go first by the station or do you go directly to the scene?
No, I can go directly to the scene.
And do you remember the nature of the call?
That there was a shooting.
And on arrival, can you describe for the jury generally what was happening at the scene when you got there?
Well, Detective Scarlato was there. Other police officers were there. As I recall, there were a number of people there. I didn't know who they all were or why they were there. And
would you say it was a pretty large number of people?
Yes.
And is that area well lit, dark, or something else?
No, it's pretty dark.
Was it lit up based on the number of people that were there, presuming that there's some vehicles on scene?
Yes. As I could be wrong, but I think the fire department showed up because they have these large overhead lights, or maybe those were ours. I don't remember, but there were some lights brought in to help illuminate the scene.
And you spoke with the Detective Scarlato, got an idea of what was going on, and then went about your work as the crime scene specialist. Is that right? Okay. So first thing first, what did you do?
Photograph.
All right. Did you do that to document what was there and what you saw?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, I'm approaching the defense, what's been marked as State's Exhibit 8 and then 8A through 8F. May I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm placing in front of you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 8 and then 8A through 8F. Can you take a look at those and tell me whether you recognize them?
Yes, these are the photographs I took that night.
At the scene there in Southeast 16th Place?
Yes,
Did fairly accurately depict that scene that you saw?
yes.
At this time, the state would need to enter exhibits 8A through 8F into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
You admit it?
May I publish,
You
Sharon?
may.
I'm placing first on the viewer states exhibit number 8. Ms. Lansky, can you tell us what we're looking at here?
That's the intersection.
And that's Southeast 20th Street and Southeast 16th Place.
Yes.
I'm placing on the viewer states exhibit 8A.
If you could put one of the microphones closer to you.
Yes, I apologize, Your Honor. I don't want to get in her way.
Just turn it around. There you go.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I've placed 8A on the viewer for the, Ms. Lansky, can you see this? Can you see that? And there are those, is that a photograph that identifies all the markers of potential evidence that you were collecting?
Yes.
I'm placing states exhibit 8B onto the viewer. Can you tell the jury what we're looking at here in this photograph?
Those are close-ups of two of the items that I collected.
I'm placing on the screen exhibit 8C.
That's the other shoe.
I'm placing on the viewer exhibit 8D. Let me fix it there.
Yes, and that's the victim's purse that we found on the grass.
I'm placing on the viewer states exhibit 8E.
And that's the victim's jeans.
And I'm placing the photo that is 8F onto the viewer.
And that's, I believe, medical items left by EMS.
And did you collect these items? Did you collect these items that you photographed and took close-ups of?
Yes.
And once you collect those items, do you then return to the laboratory?
When I was completed at the scene, yes,
Okay.
I went back to the station.
Okay. And then once you arrived back at the station, was that at the point where you're going to package up the items that were collected?
Well, I hung the clothing in our drying hood, which because it had blood on it, and it's necessary to dry that thoroughly before you try and package it. And the other items I locked in my secure cubby. We all had our individual cubbies that locked that we had a key to, and I put the items in there until I would examine them at a later date.
And while you were at the laboratory, did you come into contact with Sergeant Gum from the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes.
Did he provide any items to you?
Yes, he brought me the victim's clothing from the emergency room.
And how was that provided to you? Was it separate items or something else?
No, I believe he just brought them in a hospital bag, which is usually what the ER does.
And did you later, once you took the items out and the items had been through the dryer, did you then take individual photographs of the items back at the laboratory?
Yes.
Showing defense counsel what's been marked as state's exhibits 9 and 9A through 9K. And I don't think I was on the microphone. That's 9 and then 9A through 9K.
Josie and Murph, they aren't as lovely. Fuck around and find out. I'm joking, they're lovely.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
I'd like you to take a look at the exhibits I placed in front of you. It's marked as states 9 and then 9A through 9K.
Yes, those are the photographs I took.
And they fairly accurately depict the items that you collected from the scene and from Sergeant Gum.
Yes.
At this time, the state would move to enter states exhibits 9 and 9A through 9K as evidence.
Any objections? Sorry, any objections?
Judge, I'm sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay, sorry.
Judge, before you do, can we voir dire on this issue just briefly?
Yes.
States Exhibit 9 it's photographs of clothing items, socks, cards, things like that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Not of clothing.
Well, socks and shoes. But, and a blanket. But yes, you're right, not the pants or the shirt.
Didn't we see in the last exhibit shoes?
Shoes, yes,
Right, so those came
So
from the
these-
scene, not the
yes.
hospital.
correct.
That recent judge
Sorry.
had a
I'm sorry.
They're coming from the scene, not from the hospital, Judge.
Okay, and so you object or not?
I do object. So the state will have to rephrase their question for the evaluation.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Looking at states exhibit 9, is this an item that came from the scene or the hospital?
The scene,
9A, is that from the scene or the hospital?
the scene.
9B, is that from the scene or the hospital?
I believe those came from, the socks came from the hospital.
9C, did that come from the scene or the hospital?
Yes, the sock came from the hospital.
9D, which is a,
The blanket, I believe that came from the scene.
and I'm wanting to think whether this is, do you recall collecting a blanket or something else? If you don't recall, that's okay.
Yeah, I
You
don't,
believe
I
this is a
don't,
blanket,
I believe so, yeah.
and that you believe came from the hospital?
No, I thought the blanket was at the scene, but I could be wrong about that. I know the jeans were at the scene and the shoes.
And then 9E, did that come from the scene or the hospital?
The purse was at the scene. I collected that from the scene.
And the 9F that photographed, are those items that came from the scene or from the hospital?
Those are from the scene. Those were inside the purse.
And 9G, did those come from the scene or the hospital?
Those were from the scene. They were inside the purse.
9H, did that come from the scene or the hospital?
That's the wallet that was at the scene.
And 9I, did that come from the scene or the hospital?
That's the contents of the wallet. Those were from the scene.
And 9J, did that come from the scene or the hospital?
The scene. That's from the other items from the wallet.
And did 9K come from the scene or the hospital?
From the scene.
At this time, the state would move to enter states exhibit 9, 9A, and 9K into evidence.
No objection, Judge.
All right, 2 minutes.
May I publish
You
now?
may.
I'm placing what's been entered into evidence of states exhibit 9 onto the screen. Is that one of the Converse shoes we were talking
Thank you. Turn that
Yes.
microphone back around. And it's not just for me, it's also for the recorder.
Oh, no, I understand. I apologize. Every time I'm moving this, it's dropping a little.
That's okay. You can turn it around towards you and come back to where you were.
I'm placing states 9A onto the viewer and tell us what we're looking at.
That's the left shoe from the scene.
And I'm showing you what's been marked as 9B on the viewer
That's the sock from the hospital.
through 9C onto the viewer.
That's the other sock from the hospital.
This is the one that I believe we had a question about, and that's from 9D.
That's the blanket.
I'm showing you what's been marked as 9E.
That's the victim's purse that was at the scene.
I'm showing you what's been marked as 9F.
That's the contents of the purse that was at the scene.
Showing you what's been marked as 9G.
That's rings that were inside the purse at the scene.
Showing you what's been marked as 9H.
That's the wallet that was at the scene.
I'm showing you what's been marked as 9I.
It's wallet contents from the scene.
I'm showing, and just to be clear, was this all of the The money that was collected, you lay that out when you take a photograph of it in order to document.
Correct.
And we're looking at 2 $5 bills and 3 $1 bills, is that correct?
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 9J.
And that's other contents of the wallet that was at the scene.
And finally, 9K. I'm gonna put that this way.
It's other contents of the wallet that was at the scene.
And just to be clear, we're looking at, is that a school identification that was contained?
Yes.
The notation of it being Kayla Rincon-Miller's.
Yes.
And in the bag of items you received from Sergeant Gum, did you receive a black shirt?
Yes.
That's not pictured here, is that right?
Not in those pictures,
Can I
no.
have just a moment? I'm going to start with that one. Do you have All right. I'm going to show defense counsel what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 10.
Sure.
Zara P, Zara P, Zara P, 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 Zara P, Zara P, Zara P is lovely.
Many of the items that you photographed, I'm going to ask you about here, not many, but several of them. May I approach the witness now?
Okay.
I'm approaching the witness with what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit number 4. Can you take a look at that for me? Tell me whether you recognize it.
Yes.
Hippie chick, Marky C,
Yes.
Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and
And you provided
Marky,
some blood
go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
of, and I'm asking Ms. Lansky to take a look at that bag, and that's the shirt that you received from Sergeant Gum.
Yes.
Does the packaging appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like for you, at this time, the state would move to enter State's Exhibit number 4 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
You admit it?
And I'd ask you to publish by having Ms. Lansky
Yeah.
open the bag and hold the shirt up.
You may.
And for the record, the witness is displaying the shirt for the jurors.
Can we have the witness stand? I'm sorry.
And is it fair to say that the shirt has been cut?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Lansky. I'm gonna put that one back. May I approach the witness?
You may.
I am showing you Ms. Lansky with the Marcus State's Exhibit number 10. Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
It's the victim's purse.
Is that the item you collected and cataloged back at the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes.
Does the packaging appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Well, it's been opened.
Other than those DNA lab markings, does it appear to be in the same or substantially same?
Yes.
At this time, the state would move to enter State's Exhibit number 10 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Be admitted.
At this time, the state moves to publish.
You may.
Yes, please. Thank you. And for the record, the witness is displaying what's contained, which is a white purse, to the jury. Can I push the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm not going to necessarily ask you to open these ultimately, but I think this is good for now. I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 11. Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
State's Exhibit 11 is the red wallet.
That's also what you collected and what you took a photograph of, is that right?
Yes.
Does the packaging appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes.
At this time, the state would move to enter State's Exhibit 11 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Be admitted.
I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 12. Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
State's Exhibit 12 is the contents from the red wallet.
And does the packaging of this item appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes.
And the state would move to enter Exhibit 12 into evidence.
You
No
may.
objection, Judge.
Be admitted.
I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 13. Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes. State's Exhibit 13 is contents that had apparently fallen out of the purse at the scene.
And does the packaging from that appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes.
The state moves to enter Exhibit number 13 into evidence.
Any objection? Be admitted.
And that last Exhibit number 14, can you take a look at that? Tell me whether you recognize it.
State's Exhibit 14 is the contents from the white zippered purse.
And that's what you collected and took photographs of, is that correct?
Yes.
Does that appear to be in the same or substantially same condition as the last time you saw it?
Yes.
The state would move to enter Exhibit 14 into evidence.
Any objections?
No, sir.
Be admitted.
I'm not gonna have you open anything else.
Okay.
I have no further questions for Ms. Lansky.
All right. Sweet.
Morning. So did you say you're certified crime scene analyst?
Yes.
Do you have to keep up to date with courses and refreshment when you were working? Did you have to take like refreshment courses?
Yes, every 5 years you have to recertify, and you have to have a certain amount of continuing ed or other items that you can use for points for recertification, but it's mostly continuing ed and daily work.
The clothing that you received from Sergeant Guy from the hospital, the shirt that you displayed for these members of the jury, did you do any type of DNA testing?
Not that I recall.
Do you know what an MVAC is?
No.
It's the vacuum machine for the DNA. They can like suck up little pieces of it.
No. No. Well, we don't do DNA at the Cape Coral, obviously. We send it to the state lab.
All right, so do you use
FDLE?
FDLE?
Yes.
Do you know if the shirt was ever sent to FDLE, to your knowledge?
I don't know.
Recovered from the scene, there was a piece of broken jewelry. Do you recall that?
From the line search?
Sure.
That was different. I mean, yes.
Do you know if that was ever submitted for DNA testing?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know.
Are you able to swap for DNA?
Yes.
Would you typically have done that as part of your duties as a crime scene analyst?
Well, in that particular case, that piece of broken jewelry you're talking about,
Yes.
the gold chain, I did not believe it was I did not believe it was involved because when we did that line search, I mean, the intersection that you're talking about basically makes a T. So you have the northeast corner, you have the southeast corner, and then you have the whole west lot. And this was found in the southeast corner, in the middle of this vacant grass and things. So it seemed to be quite a distance from where the incident actually took place.
Okay.
But I did collect it and document it and submitted it to evidence.
Was it a valuable piece of jewelry, or was it like costume jewelry?
It appeared to be costume jewelry.
So something that if someone had found it, didn't believe was any good, they might have discarded.
I suppose.
Were you ever asked to perform a swab for DNA from any of the victims in this case?
Victims, the human being, no.
You seem surprised when I said victims. There's a deceased, and then there's two victims of attempted armed robbery. Are you aware of
Right, yes.
Okay.
But you mean like buccal swabs or like swabs for DNA?
that? Swabs of where they might have been touched by their assailants. When there was a struggle.
No, I never saw the victims, any of all three of them. I did not see them.
Do you know if any of their belongings were swabbed for DNA?
I don't know.
We saw the seal on that white purse, and you said that there was a DNA, I guess, lab piece of tape on it. You recall that?
I believe I swabbed the purse for DNA.
So you swabbed the purse for DNA.
Yes.
Do you perform that analysis yourself, or do you send that to FDA?
No, that's all sent out to other labs.
When FDA sends its results back, do they come to you, or do they come to the detective on the case?
Usually both. We'll get a copy.
Okay. Do you know if you ever received any results from the DNA swab to be sent off to FDA on this case?
I don't recall.
Okay. Was that after you retired?
No, this occurred in March of 2024, and I retired in October of 2025. So it depends on whenever any such results would have come back. But
Okay. Even in your retired status, do you get notification at all?
no,
We saw photograph 9G, which were rings that were recovered from the deceased. Did you ever swab these for DNA?
no, they were inside the purse.
On scene,
Yes.
right? And there's no telling what happened while at the scene, she might have taken them off or what have you, right?
Sure.
I don't know if I asked you this, and you can stop me if I did. I asked you about the DNA testing on the shirt, right?
Yes.
Right. Did you do any ballistics testing on the shirt?
We don't do ballistics testing.
Who does ballistics testing?
The FDLE.
All right. And what does that, do you know what that testing would encompass?
Well, I used to do ballistic, a way of ballistic testing like 25 years ago, but what the technology is now, no, I wouldn't be able to guess.
What would you look for as a crime scene analyst?
For gunshot residue?
Sure.
When I was at the coroner's office, we did a Grice test, which might give you an indication of muzzle to target distance. But
Okay.
I don't know if they even do that anymore.
That Grice test, that would have like unburnt powder around the.
Burnt or partially burnt particles of gunpowder, yes.
Do you know if that was even looked for on the shirt?
I don't know.
Is it safe to say that if that seal that's on that evidence bag doesn't have that DNA tape on it, that no one looked at it?
Evidence tape, it's
Evidence.
not DNA tape.
Well, I mean, the blue one as opposed to the red one, right? The one that came from the DNA. Lab.
Oh, that I couldn't tell you. I don't know what testing was done on the shirt.
Nothing further, Joseph.
Just briefly. Ms. Lansky, Mr. Wheeler asked you about a line search, and I didn't ask you about that on direct. So can you describe for the jurors what a line search is?
A line search is when you get enough people and you basically go fingertip to fingertip and walk in a straight line across an area. So it's a way of doing a search as thoroughly as possible, especially on an outdoor location. And if we all have little flags, and if someone sees something, then they can mark it with a flag, and then you can move on, and then we can go back later and, when we're done, and look at all the flags and pick up any things that seem to be possibly significant.
And now, did you conduct this line search or participate in this on the night that you were called out to work as crime scene, or was it a different time?
No, it was a few days later.
Daytime?
Yes.
And did the line search encompass a larger area than what the crime scene itself encompassed?
Yes.
And you described the intersection as being a large west lot and then the two corners on the east side. Is that right?
Correct.
And your understanding of the piece of evidence Mr. Wheeler was asking you about was that it came from a distance from the crime scene, but in that west lot. Is that correct?
In the southeast lot.
Southeast lot. Okay. I don't have anything further.
It's within the scope of the redirect.
Certainly.
Okay.
In reference to your line search, were you looking for ballistic evidence?
Well, we were looking for any evidence, but yes, casings.
Right, bullet casings.
Yes.
Does Cape Coral PD have a metal detector?
Yes.
Was it used that day?
Yes, I used my metal detector that night, the night I was at the scene.
And you were looking for what metal detector?
Bullet casings.
So when you were doing the police search, or the police line?
The line search.
The line search. Do you know if anyone else was using a metal detector?
No.
Were there any bullet casings recovered from the scene?
No.
So, hey, anything else?
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Is she released?
Yes.
Any objection? You may step down and release from your It's noon, so is this okay to take a break now? Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's about 7 minutes to noon. We're going to break, let you go to lunch. I'll have you come back here at 1 o'clock. Please remember my earlier instructions. Don't do any research. Look up anything, discuss anything about your services as a juror in this case. Don't watch any local news, reading local newspapers, anything like that. And we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock. You can leave your notepads here on your seat. The record reflect the jury's exited the courtroom. Anything I need to address prior to letting everybody go to lunch? All right, we'll see you back here at 1 o'clock.
So, okay, as if you do remember, we will now go to the next stream. We should automatically go there. If not, sorry, please post it there. We're going to watch that. It's about 2 hours, 2 and a bit hours of that one, which should probably means we could be about 15, 20 minutes later than 1 o'clock to start back up for the afternoon. But that means we can zoom. So, yeah, let's get it on. I've got everything set up, so let's go. I'll see you over there. If I don't, see you later.